John voted for Wild Wild West over Independence Day. That is what I'm getting yelled at for.
And I admit that was probably a bad move on my part.
To be fair, the episode was about Will Smith, not the movie.
Hey,
I think Will Smith in the Wild Wild West was better than Will Smith in Independence Day, but it's close.
See, that's what my thinking was too.
Very
That
close.
I like
definitely of the two, I would rather see Independence Day Will Smith's hand where his hip be at.
Sure. You're just fishing. You're trying to get the intro last word. Like
No, I think that's a funny thing.
If we need an intro, let's talk about how shitty Signs is as a movie.
Yeah.
no, Signs.
Billy, we can get somebody else to be on this episode.
I think that Signs is perfection.
And that's why
Signs.
you also think Hitch is a good movie.
Welcome to Bracket, the only show where we take a bunch of shit and face it off against another bunch of shit to see what the best shit really is. I'm your host, Cullen Jennings, and joining me today is John Abbott.
Hi, I'm John Abbott. Welcome to Brackets.
That was good. That was good. And Jesse Knowles.
Hi, I'm John Abbott, and I had a really good sandwich today.
and don't forget about Emmy-nominated creator of Loiter Squad, Greg L. Mercer.
Hi, I'm Greg L. Mercer, and this is the Bracket Podcast, and the reason that we're saying that is because this is the Jackass episode, and we can't think of anything funny. Sorry.
Yeah. And friend of the show, Billy Gagon!
Hi, I'm Billy, and I'd like to take this time to tell you about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Perfect episode for it.
Our guests always come with much better stuff to say than us.
I'm just trying to spread the good word.
It was a pretty good sandwich, all right?
All right. Well, this week, like Greg said, we are doing the 16 best Jackass stunts. So it's stunt skits, whatever you want to call it. And right in round one, I'll get right to it. It's in Group A, we have Butterbean versus Preston and Wee Man's India Adventure. In Group B, we have BMX Jousting versus Butt Chugging. In Group C, we have Golf Course Airhorn versus Electric Avenue. In Group D, we have Poo Cocktail Supreme versus Rake Jump. In Group E, we have the Toro Totter versus the Rocky. Group F, we have High Five versus Fire Hose Rodeo. In Group G, we have Gorilla versus Ram Jam. And in Group H, we have Terror Taxi versus Beehive Limo. So up first is Butterbean versus Preston and Wee Man's Indian Party Follies. Yeah.
The only podcast brave enough to tackle the real issues.
Anyone care to take a stab at the first one?
We should explain what these are.
Yeah.
Okay. The Butterbean skit is Johnny Knoxville versus ex-boxer Butterbean in a full-on actual boxing match inside of a jewelry store, of an Asian jewelry store. Yeah, and they straight up go at it. And
heavyweight world champion Butterbean.
And yeah. And then we also have Preston and Wee Man, who in the skit itself were Wee Man was being chased by Preston just like normal, and he goes around the corner, and then a couple seconds later he gets chased by 20 to 30 little people that are all like
you
they're
can
all
look
Indians.
the clip up. It's really funny, and it's very
all
quick.
these look clips up.
It's basically an animated GIF of a sketch.
Yeah, if you guys are if you people are listening to this and you don't know Jackass, you get in on it, man.
Just take a skip
Pause the
week.
podcast, watch the movies, watch the show.
This is mostly from the movies, but a couple of these are from the show.
The first and second movies are on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I'm gonna come in early as a Butterbean vote because there's so much about it that's funny to me. It's like they have a ring girl like hold up a round one card in the middle of this jewelry store and no one knows what's going on. And then Johnny Knoxville comes in a robe, takes off the robe. Butterbean comes in, takes off the robe. Johnny Knoxville gets maybe 3 hits total. Like
No.
Butterbean just wham, wham, wham. And
doesn't
Johnny
get
gets
any because
Well, no,
at
that's what
one
I'm saying.
point,
He get,
Butterbean
like-
stops him and says, "Come on, hit me once." And he lets Knoxville gets one hit on his face, and he says, "Okay," and then just brings him down.
Like demolishes him.
and
He
it
hits
goes.
his head.
Yeah, he gets him right in the fucking head. It cuts to Johnny like getting stitches, and the people in this jewelry store are looking aghast. They're terrified of what is going on.
No one ever tried to stop it.
Right. and so Johnny's getting stitches, and he just goes, "Butterbean, okay?" That is
And
the
They
funniest.
go to the hospital. They
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
later, and they're in the car. Like, where are we going? And Knoxville is clearly out of it, and he's like, "We're going to the hospital." And like, he's like, "I think I've got some contusions."
That to me is maybe my favorite Jackass sketch. So I'm a Butterbean vote.
I'm also a Butterbean vote on this.
It's also worth pointing out that Butterbean is a man who, you hear the name, the man that you're picturing based on the name Butterbean. That is the man. He
He's a
looks
big guy.
like Butterbean is the most appropriate name I've ever heard
He
for a
looks
person.
like a cartoon character version of like a thug.
A pug boxer, yeah.
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 I have to go Preston and Wee Man. I
Ooh.
love the Butterbean one. I love it a lot, but there are so many ways to see Johnny Knoxville get the shit beat out of him. Whereas like the comedy duo of Preston and Wee Man like has a real special place in my heart.
That's fair. And it's the only Preston and Wee Man thing on this list. Which
And I think there are other segments where where Jackass gets a little more like weirdly high concept in their bits. But Preston and Wee Man kind of gets in that area sometimes. Like, I mean, even this one itself, like the fact that they have set up in this public place this weird narrative of large giant man chasing a tiny one, and then like the tables get turned on him. Like, I really like that aspect of it. So that's my vote.
it's very good and it's very Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Butterbean takes place in a jewelry shop.
That's
Right,
the
yeah.
funniest fucking thing in the world to me is that there's no reason for it to be happening in public, let alone in like a store.
Well, this all comes. See, the Butterbean one is from the movie, and it all stemmed from an original sketch that happened in a sports store in one of the episodes, and it was like two of the
I do
guys,
remember that.
two of the regular Jackass guys just went in there and started boxing, and then they would just go random places, ding the bell, and just start boxing. But then, when you put an actual person that can do damage, like Butterbean, into the mix, it changes the whole perspective.
So,
And
Jesse,
also, they
where's
were in
your vote?
Tokyo for that. Like,
Yeah, that's part of their Tokyo trip.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Butterbean vote.
Oh,
That
man.
cracks me up.
Billy?
I'm going to have to go with Butterbean for the sole fact that it was in the jewelry store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's round one.
Yeah.
As much as I love Preston and Wee Man and that particular sketch.
There we go. All right. So it looks like Butterbean moves on to beating out Preston and Wee Man in 4-1. Up next, we have BMX Jousting versus Butt Chugging.
So BMX Jousting pretty much does what it says on the tin. Two people on bikes with big old jousting poles. Jousting.
The best part is they're dressed in medieval garb while they're riding the bikes
Yeah, they're standing up like...
out in a public park.
And there's a variation of it in the first movie
Yeah, and it's in
where
tree
Bam Margera is just hanging out in a store, and someone else of the Jackass crew is on a bike in medieval gear and runs
It's like a
through the
convenience
storefront.
store.
It's
yeah.
a tiny ass store.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just demolishes them. It's great.
Uh,
John, tell us about Butt Chugging.
Yeah,
butt
John.
chugging. I am amazed by what happens in butt chugging. So Steve-O is on his back, and they're doing a beer bong, but it's going into his butthole, and he does it. Like you see it, and you're like, oh, it's just like foam, and like nothing's happening, and then slowly, like the level of the beer starts to go down. Like he straight up butt chugs that beer. And that alone is already amazing. But I mean, whatever. People put alcohol up their butt sometimes.
Yeah.
But what happens later is Steve-O says, I feel like I got all this beer in my ass. And someone comes from off screen with a plunger. And you're thinking, okay, this is stupid, guys. Whatever. they start plunging Steve-O's butt, and after a minute or two, they let go, and liquid, this beer-colored liquid, just pours out of this man's ass.
Gushing. I can't believe we're really doing this podcast.
Look, I'll say to you people what I said pre-planning this episode. Let's not be dishonest here. I think we can all agree Bracket is the jackass of podcasts. I think it's fitting that we're doing.
Yeah, because we're a bunch of jackasses.
Yeah.
Fucking Dan McKinney's going to have a field day with this one.
Yeah, Dan McKinney he probably won't even listen to it.
He probably doesn't even like Jackass.
Is he old enough to watch?
You know who likes Jackass? Janelle.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Janelle.
I'm a butt chugging vote. To me, it is a testament to what the human body is capable of.
I have to agree. Butt chugging for me was just kind of like, oh god, this is gonna be awful. And then when the plunger appeared, I was like, there's no. And then when that liquid just pours out, I'm like, Jesus Christ! It just dumps out. It doesn't even like drip out. It just empties. It just collapses. It's ridiculous.
I forgot about the plunger segment to the bit, and I will admit that is turning me into a butt chugging vote.
Colin?
So I'm going with butt chugging.
I'm also gonna go for a butt chugging vote as well.
I don't want anything that's called butt chugging to sweep.
Butt chugging's gonna win. Butt chugging to the finals.
I'm totally okay being.
Imagine butt chugging in the Tournament of Champions.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But with absolutely zero context. All right, so butt chugging moves on 4-1, beating out BMX Jousting. Up next, we have Golf Course Airhorn versus Electric Avenue.
Golf Course Airhorn is the best Jackass bit.
That is the hardest I've laughed at a Jackass bit. They're both really good. Golf Course Airhorn had me on the floor laughing.
Golf Course Airhorn was a joke where they hid out in bushes in camo and had air horns where anybody would go to swing.
They're on a
or
professional
on a
golf course.
And every
it's
time they would go to
Jackass
swing.
bit where they're messing with the public, which are
They're
always
camouflage, by the way. They're hiding in
Yeah.
a bunch of trees, and they're in camouflage.
And every time they see someone wind up to swing, they set off an air horn.
And the people are pissed.
Oh my god, the best part is they get so fucking angry. And there's like a guy throws a club, a guy like lines up and hits a ball directly into the tree that they're in.
Yeah, a guy tees up and starts hitting golf balls at them instead of the course.
He's my favorite part of it because he just does it so calmly.
Yeah.
But they also, on that last one, they get him with the horn.
Yeah.
When he goes
that's the thing. Like, you know, that kind of comedy where you're messing with the public is always a little like hit or miss because you can, you know, it would suck to be those guys trying to play a game of golf out there.
Yeah,
and
but they're all old
happen.
rich white dudes. Who cares?
Yeah, so that's one thing. They all clearly they don't look like good people. But the other aspect of it is like there's just to me anyway. There's just such a base human element of like I see that swing happen and like the air horn is timed so perfectly and like seeing that then like the swing gets screwed up by the air horn like there's something like really like
primal.
I don't know. Yeah, like
I get that. But Electric Avenue, they set so many cattle prods and so many tasers up in this hallway that they have to run through as an obstacle course. And they have planks of wood in the middle of it. They have tires at the bottom of it. And they're all dressed up as prisoners trying to escape.
So something we haven't talked about yet, which I think Electric Avenue is a good opportunity to. When you watch Jackass stunts, I think there's always an aspect of like if you're sitting around with friends being like, "Oh, I would do that," or like, "No way, I would," or like, you know, "Would you do that for this much money or whatever?" Would you guys do Electric Avenue?
Yes,
because I think I would.
No.
I think
I've been
would.
paid to be tased by my own taser.
Yeah,
and I would, but you expect that. I would totally do Electric Avenue. I think
I'd do Electric Avenue.
Yeah,
I might need to get paid.
I
Yeah, I need to get paid.
I think it is.
I mean, the Jackass guys, they were getting paid. I mean, it's for a fucking
Yeah,
movie.
remember they're
Yeah.
I know, but I have to like personally know how much I'm making off of this. That math factors into whether or not I'll do it.
I'd do it for $100 easy.
Oh,
Easy,
God.
easy, $100, sure.
Yeah, you'd probably be like, hey, I'll buy you any extra value meal from McDonald's and I'll give you $10.
Here's the thing:
So-
$100 I'd do it. $50 I might. $20 definitely not. Probably not lower than $50.
I think I'm a golf course Airhorn, but I might be able to be swayed though.
Billy,
I'm an easy golf course Airhorn.
I'm an Electric Avenue vote.
I'm going Electric Avenue just because.
Oh,
bam.
jeez.
well then, unless John wants to change his mind, it is a golf course Airhorn win, 3-2.
If Colin and Billy want to try and sway me,
I just don't like
I
golf
think
golf
golf
course
course
air horn. I get it. I think it's totally funny. They're fucking with the public. I totally get that. But in my opinion, it doesn't go. I guess they're probably the same length it's together, but the hilarity of them as a group just getting all completely fucked up. And all of them waiting and everything, and like, what's
There's
the worst that can
definitely-
happen in the golf course thing? They got a golf club thrown at them.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
the best thing about the
treats.
golf course thing is these are people who clearly are the least messed with people in like any social stratum.
No, I
No
get
one has
that, I
ever
get
fucked
that.
with these people before.
I get that,
I,
but they're-
I love. But
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
no,
best
I just,
part.
I just love the visuals of Electric Avenue, of them just moving through the air so erratically when they
the
get
cattle
tased.
prod hits
and cattle
anybody.
prodded.
I
Because
think
they're also
electric,
running through tires too, so
Right.
Electric Avenue is like a little more, I guess, complex to me. It's a little more put together of like a showpiece. Like, we're gonna fucking do this, and you're like, holy shit, they're gonna do that. But like my base gut reaction is, I get like more out of golf course Airhorn.
Yeah, I laughed a lot. Electric Avenue is great. Like this, it's definitely a great bit. But
I'm
golf course Airhorn
sticking to
had
my
me
vote.
laughing.
I'm going with golf course Airhorn.
Yeah.
All right, so Golf Course Airhorn beats out Electric Avenue 3-2. Up next, we have Poo Cocktail Supreme versus Rake Jump.
God.
Both
have to.
Steve-O moments.
Someone else please describe Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Okay,
What
I can do it
honest
fast
description.
and simple. Poo Cocktail Supreme. Steve-O gets in a porta potty. The porta potty is hooked up to these two like bungee jump cables, which are attached to a giant crane, and it's all like it's held down and they let go. So the bungee cords spring up, fucking porta potty up in the air. It is one of the most disgusting things.
It's also terrifying.
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
like didn't he say like right before it that he hates bungee jumping and all that?
Yeah.
He hates
Come on.
heights. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't
hates
like
heights.
heights. Like, yeah.
And Rake Jump is again Steve-O. It's classic, cartoon old vaudeville comedy of someone steps on a rake. Steve-O just straight up jumps on a rake that's laying down, and it springs up and smacks his ass.
He gets it straight to the face.
This feels a little.
I'm a Poo Cocktail Supreme vote because it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
I love Rake Jump. It's short, it's simple, and it's such a I love whenever they play on stuff like that. But Poo Cocktail Supreme is like that's a thing you only see in a Jackass movie. Like,
I really,
It is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen, and is the closest the Jackass people have ever made me to vomiting.
Well, there's several people who do vomit just being there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
But, I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
that's,
they can smell it.
Yeah.
Well, he also chases him around afterwards and tries
Yeah.
to hug everybody.
There's a lot of things I like about Poo Cocktail Supreme, but the best moment to me is there's a camera inside, and before it goes up, they ask him, "Are you ready?" And he just goes, "No," and they just fucking let it rip. And it's the only time I've ever seen Steve-O like full on like resigned and almost defeated.
he's definitely not into it. That said, I might rather do Poo Cocktail Supreme than Rake Jump. Like, I might
Oh
rather
my
if I had,
God.
You are
Someone gave me a
disgusting, and I
choice?
can't talk to you anymore.
because Rake Jump I get hurt, and I'm like he could have broken his nose doing that. I mean, he didn't, but
John, you are so
not
fucking
so
wrong.
No, I'm with you, John. I'm
'cause
totally
here's
with
the,
you.
Here's the thing: the only thing that makes Poo Cocktail Supreme awful is the poop. But like,
Yeah, that kind of factors into it.
it's a big
Pretty big
thing.
factor.
But imagine if it wasn't in there, how fun that would be.
No!
God, no! I
No.
hate bungee jumping.
No.
I hate heights.
John,
I
you're
would-
right. John, you're totally right.
Okay, I need votes.
I'm a Poo Cocktail Supreme.
I'm a Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Rake jump.
I'm gonna go rake jump as well. I think it's pretty fun.
Oh,
and
Jesus,
Looney
is it
Tunes.
down to me?
Yeah, it is.
Jesse.
Oh, God. I hate to vote for this because I'm not, like, it makes me queasy, but I'm going to vote Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Yeah.
Jesse's into that poop.
Yeah.
All right. Pooh
That's what I like.
Looks like Poo Cocktail Supreme wins 3-2 over Rake Jump. We have the Toro Totter versus the Rocky. All right, so the Toro Totter is a teeter-totter of a four-way teeter-totter, where they all have to control it themselves. Also, they drop a big-ass bull in there. And
It's last man standing.
yeah.
They have flags underneath their seats, too. Like,
Yeah, like, I mean, it's terrifying. And, yeah, I think Johnny Knoxville ends up winning that, right?
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And man, that bull.
Yeah.
That bull
gets
destroys
fucked
the totter, the teeter tot.
Yeah, he breaks
Yeah, it
that
does.
giant-ass thing. And then the Rocky was that in Jackass 3.
It's in the third movie, and
Yeah,
it's an ongoing segment that they put
Yeah.
throughout.
So they splash water in your face from behind you in one direction, so you turn to avoid it. And when you do, you get clobbered by a big-ass punching glove. It's usually Bam, right? Or is it always Bam?
It's usually Bam.
Yeah. And they just clobber the shit out of it. But it's mostly in slow motion, too, which is just the most beautiful scene.
Seeing the faces ripple and like
Slide across the skull.
yeah. This is probably the toughest one for me. I think these are two of the best skits from the movies they're in.
The Toro Totter, I think I have to go with, and I love the Rocky, and I understand it, but we really tried to boil it down to what was the best animal bit, and this is probably it. We have more than one on here, but this is just insane watching. Because for a while it's going okay, because they have the system worked out. So the way it works is it's like a 2-axis teeter-totter, and whenever one side goes up, the other goes down, obviously. And so for a while, they get a pattern of the bull just going in a circle, and they'll go up when the bull's coming around, and then it just goes off the fucking rails. And this bull is going insane.
And
Disaster.
It is terrifying and incredible to watch.
everyone gets pretty hurt too.
Yeah. Whereas the Rocky's a really good example of the bits that are just annoying on-set pranks between them.
Well, I think the Rocky is an example of how much of good comedy Jackass can be. People think Jackass and they think gross out stuff and people being stupid, and that clearly that's a big part of it. That's what it's about. But there's also some kind of clever comedy work in
the Rocky
Jackass.
is art.
Yeah. And because the thing is, if I had access to the Toro Totter, I'd probably do it, because
Sure.
yeah.
I'd be in on it.
But the Rocky is something that you could do, and people get really mad at you. And those guys, they took it on the chin, literally, because they can do that. Because that's what they expect from each other all the time. So,
Oh boy,
Are you a Rocky vote?
that I don't know.
I need votes, people. Jesse, what are you feeling?
I think I'm going to vote Toro Toddler. That was one of the first times where I was like, this is crazy, but also this is kind of a good idea. So, yeah, I'm going to vote Toro Totter.
Billy?
Toro Totter is one of my favorites. But the Rocky, it's just art, like I said. I gotta go with Rocky.
I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to go
no.
Toro Totter.
Okay,
And-
so it wins. Okay.
And the whole fact of the matter is they had a big-ass bull. And I really like the animal skit.
Jackass has definitely developed a relationship with bulls over the years.
Oh, yeah.
They do a lot with horned animals.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be a Toro vote here.
Then I'll throw in a throwaway vote for the Rocky.
Looks like Toro Totter moves on, beating out the Rocky 3-2.
Oh, throw away John.
Yep.
We have High Five versus Fire Hose Rodeo.
So these are both just real fun and dumb.
Yeah, the high five is the skit where they made a gigantic hand, a spring-loaded hand, to just fuck people up when they came through the doorway.
And it looks to me like they're in like
It's a
I don't know,
studio or something.
yeah, they're in like
Yeah,
a
it's like
studio.
their
It's clearly
offices.
like yeah, it's like morning and like someone's bringing in like coffee for people and stuff. And this hand just whips around the hallway and knocks people flat on their butts.
It was okay at first, and then they got a guy to bring in a tray full of soup.
Right!
And then they ended up snapping the
tray full
tray
of
in
soup.
half. They ended
God.
up snapping that tray in half, and then they attached a bag of flour to it. So that when it hit the next guy, I don't know who it was, but it hit him, and he was just covered in flour. Yeah, the high five is really good. It's I like it because it's an example of like, okay, here's this base idea. Let's continue building upon it. But that being said, Fire Hose Rodeo was like, oh damn, I kind of want to do that.
Yeah, you watch Fire Hose Rodeo and you think that looks fun. It's I don't remember this guy's name. It's one of the lesser known Jackass guys, and he's holding on to a like seriously like a fireman fighter fire hose.
It's just a
And it's
fire
like
hose,
suspended from above.
Yeah.
It's suspended from like a giant ass crane, and he's wrapped arm and legs around, and it's just going nuts. Like he is like being flung around as if like a bull had him in space or something. Like
it's really fun to watch, and it's beautiful in its own weird way.
The physics behind it are just
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna come in as an early high five vote.
John, I'm following right behind there. I'm a high five vote because the way he falls at the end of Fire Hose Rodeo kind of ends that funness for me.
It definitely does. Yeah, he gets himself pretty hurt at the end of.
And the pressure that's coming out of that thing, as you could tell, is absolutely terrifying to me. So I no.
Are you saying you wouldn't do Fire Hose Rodeo?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. I would do Fire Hose Rodeo.
But I wouldn't be mad if you hit me with the high five.
Yeah, I would be. I would laugh a lot if you guys high fived me.
And then the high five was based off of the previous movie where they did the heart thing with the punching glove. So yeah, I'm a high five vote.
Oh, you're swaying me. I really like Fire Hose Rodeo though, but I think I laughed harder at high five, so I'm going to go high five.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am also going high five because the hand is just too comedically large.
I'm gonna go high five just because it's the visual humor of it is just genius, and
High five sweep.
It could have just been like a flat board or something that they knock people over with, but the fact that it's like this massive hand is hilarious.
Complete with wrinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like had a molded perfect hand. Yeah, so that's a first round sweep for high five beating out Fire Hose Rodeo.
High five and oh.
Got him.
Nice, very nice.
Got him.
All right, so next we have Gorilla versus Ram Jam.
Someone explain Gorilla, please.
Gorilla
So
is a setup basically by Bam Margera and Chris Pontius to once again scare the shit out of April and Phil.
Sam's parents.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
laughing
Bam's
already.
parents. And April and Phil are the best thing that ever happened to that whole group ever. I love them to death. But anyway, they were coming back into their hotel room. They have a really nice suite, obviously. And when they come in, there's a fucking gorilla in their suite. And it starts tearing ass in this suite. And a guy comes out and he's like, no, hold on. And like, why the fuck is there a gorilla in this room? And so basically the gorilla was Chris Pontius, but it was one of the most...
It's an incredibly convincing gorilla.
It's
suit.
it looks. If you were there in person, you would also think it's a real gorilla. Like
So-
it's so terrifying. It's massive, and like the way he throws his arms around and stuff, it's incredible looking.
One of the best parts about it too is he takes off charging after them, and April and Phil they like run. They're out of there, you know. And April's in the hallway like, oh my god, and everyone's like, what's wrong? And then this fucking gorilla comes running out in the hallway. And just fucking terrifying. And it turns out Phil never made it outside. He went to the bathroom because he shit himself. He was so scared. He had to take a shit.
It is. We're saying like it's set up to be like there's a gorilla and then there's a trainer and all, and the gorilla attacks the trainer to like freak them out even more.
Right. The best part is that it's set up as a sketch, and then like it's set up as a sketch gone wrong, and they've lost control of this gorilla.
There's so many like different angles.
April even asks at one point, like, did something go wrong? Did something happen? What was supposed to happen?
Yeah, like there are other people just kind of like standing around, like, oh, jeez, I don't know what's going on. Like the gorilla, we lost control of the gorilla, and April's all like, where's Phil? And he's just sitting in the bathroom.
Yeah, he was so scared.
If you were gonna look any of these up on YouTube, I might recommend it being this one.
Yeah.
Phil Margera on the toilet is such a great series staple.
Yeah.
It's in pretty much every movie.
Now, don't forget it's Ram Jam, though.
Yeah.
Ram Jam, it was Ryan Dunn and Steve-O decide to play, it's a horn and is it a trumpet?
Like a tuba.
Yes.
A tuba. Or no,
tuba and a trumpet.
Trumpet, yeah. So they took a tuba and a trumpet into this farm to where there's a fenced-in area with a full-blown ram. And they tried to soothe the beast with their music, and it does not go correctly.
Doesn't Steve-O gets his pant leg caught on the fence while Ryan Dunn gets the shit beaten out of him?
Yeah.
The ram is not happy. There's a lot of animal segments in Jackass, and a lot of them go okay for certain amounts of time. The ram is not putting up with any of it for any moment of that time.
Yeah, he is like, get out here.
You watch it and you're surprised that nobody's legs get broken during that whole stunt.
And the ram's really pissed off. That being said, Gorilla is one of my favorite skits of all time, and I don't care. I'm a hard gorilla.
Me too.
Hard gorilla.
Mighty Joe Young.
Cullen Jennings, hard gorilla.
This fall.
I really like Ram Jam a lot, but there's something really special about Gorilla. That's where my vote is as well.
Oh, I'm gonna be a Ram Jam vote. Oh god, that Ram's so mad.
Because of the instruments, isn't it, Jesse?
Well, yeah, that's good.
I love Gorilla. It's a great skit, but I love Ram Jam because Steve-O, once he finally gets in, tries to save Ryan. The Ram just doesn't give a shit. He just keeps beating on Ryan.
Yeah.
So I'm going Ram Jam.
All right, so Gorilla moves on 3-2, beating out Ram Jam. Up next, we have Terror Taxi versus Beehive Limo.
Please explain Terror Taxi.
Can we set it up fast enough? Terror Taxi is very complicated.
There's a lot of loops. So this asshole that no one likes, because for some reason he's part of their group, because you can just torture him. He basically he's gonna dress up as like an Indian, or as like the Sheik or something, and fake a bombing, right? Is that?
Yeah,
he's on the way to the airport.
The setup is he's gonna get a taxi, and the joke is gonna be he's going to like badly cover up the fact that he's gonna try and bomb a plane, and they were gonna film that, and it's supposed to be like that was supposed to be the thing according to him. So it's all a setup.
And they give him all this makeup, and they give him like the full beard and everything to, you know.
And the beard is made of their pubes.
Yeah, that's one of the other jokes. Is it's everybody in the studio's pubes mixed together, and
this is where people turn off this podcast right now.
This is where the podcast gets good.
This is actually probably why that's the last skit in that movie too. So like. But yeah, so eventually he ends up getting, he gets a taxi and starts freaking the guy out, but it was all a setup.
Yeah, they hire,
the driver's
Chandrasekhar, who's of like Super Troopers and stuff like that. They get him in on it, and they tell him like, don't put up with this, like kick the crap out of him if you need to. And it goes into this whole thing out of control where they convince him, he like shoves him in a trunk and pulls out a gun, and they fake that the Jackass crew is getting shot while he's in the trunk, and our other vehicle one, Beehive Limo,
is they get a bunch of the guys to say that think that they're going to do a photo shoot, and what it really is they're pulling a limo in the middle of nowhere and opening the sunroof and dropping nothing but like thousands of bees into this limo. and the
fucking
doors are
insane.
locked.
And yeah, they lock the
They lock
doors.
the doors so they can't get out.
They're trying to kick out the fucking windows.
And then they spread a bunch of marbles outside of the door to the limo.
Open.
And so they leave them in there for a few minutes, and then they finally open the doors. Everyone who comes out of that door trips and falls on their face because of the marbles.
Oh my god.
And they're just shrieking as these bees are destroying them.
Their bees are just destroying their entire bodies. And yeah, I don't even. I love Terror Taxi. I think it's a great setup. It's all beautiful. It's perfectly orchestrated in the best way. It didn't go wrong at all. And Beehive Limo's got it for me though.
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
I'm all for people getting fucked up by bees.
I'm a Terror Taxi vote.
Yeah, the fact that they shove him in a trunk and Jay Chandrasekhar like drives him around in a circle for a minute, and you can hear he's still mic'd in the trunk, so you can hear him saying like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna die! Oh my god, I'm gonna die!" I'm a Terror Taxi vote.
I think the added marbles effect was it for me. No, that was it. Like towards the end of the skit, they're like, "Wait, so is there a photo shoot?"
Yeah, somebody asked if there actually a photo shoot at the end of it.
So Billy, it's down to you.
Beehive Limo is really great, but I'm going with Terror Taxi because
Oh, okay.
I love the multi-layered aspect of it.
Fair enough. All right, so Terror Taxi moves on. Now,
I just want to point out in Terror Taxi, when he's getting the fake beard put on him, he gets some hairs in his mouth, and he's like, "Is this real hair?" And the makeup artist putting it on him says, "No, it's not real hair." Like, it's so funny.
But yeah, because they like seal it in a package too. They make it look completely.
Yeah.
All right, so we're into the second round now. We have Butterbean versus Butt Chugging, Golf Course Airhorn versus Poo Cocktail Supreme, Toro Totter versus High Five, and Gorilla versus Terror Taxi. So
What the fuck is going on with this podcast?
right.
I just want to say, if you're out there listening and you're not having a good time listening to these, like, come meet us and watch Jackass with us, and I think we'll change your mind. I think, like, you need to be in the right place and time to enjoy Jackass.
Yeah.
I just know that what's going to happen someday is I'll be at like a job interview and they'll be like, "Let's just go ahead and Google your name here. What's this?"
All right, so we have Butterbean versus Butt Chugging.
I'm a butt chugging vote.
I'm a Butterbean vote.
I'm
what if-
Butterbean
what if-
as well.
What if it was Butterbean butt chugging?
Well, that might be a different story.
That's heaven. That's heaven on earth.
I'd rather see like Johnny Knoxville get beat up by a bull than I love Butterbean, but to me butt chugging.
The specific instance is so good.
There's a mystery to butt chugging that I need to be answered. Like,
Oh, I missed that X-Files episode.
I just want to point out that 25% of round 2 starts with the word butt.
The Butterbean thing again, like we've gone over it all, but just the fact that this crazy insane thing happens at a jewelry store and that Johnny is so clearly concussed and does not even like Butterbean like, "Okay, go ahead and get one hit in," and then just fucking knocks him out. God, it kills me. I'm a hard Butterbean vote.
I am also going Butterbean.
come on, that beer pours out of that man's asshole.
I'll
Yeah,
go
but-
butt chugging for you, John. Let's go butt chugging
Did
together.
you know before watching that you could plunge your own butt? Because I sure didn't.
I'm not discrediting, but that ending,
You knew that Butterbean could knock out Knoxville. You did not know that beer is going to come out of Johnny Knoxville.
There's just something meaningful.
It didn't. It
when
came out of
happens.
Steve-O. I feel like John probably has attempted this now. He's like, I have not gone in like a day and a half. I saw Jackass once. I know how to work this.
Yeah, I still gonna be a Butterbean vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Butterbean.
You're going to tell me you don't want butt chugging in the finals. You're
I
wrong.
really
I want
don't.
butt chugging in life.
Sorry.
I don't need it in the finals. Butterbean knocks out butt chugging 3-2. We have Golf Course Airhorn versus Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Poo Cocktail Supreme.
I do not want Poo Cocktail Supreme moving on.
Pooh
Golf Course
Cocktail
Airhorn.
Supreme, vote for me.
Oh my god,
Pooh
Golf Course
Cocktail
Airhorn is
Supreme.
so much funnier.
I
It's-
think
of the
Golf
two
Course
that are
Airhorn is
funny.
much funnier.
I don't, man, I don't
This
know.
isn't just about funnier though to me. Like
Oh, to me, that's absolutely what it's about.
there's
That's
so
why I'm
much
watching
more.
Jackass. I don't. Well, again, like you guys actually want to bungee jump and shit, and I have no desire to do that. That seems like a horrifying experience, top to bottom. Like
And here's
nothing
the thing,
about that is appealing.
Make no mistake, I think Golf Course Airhorn is hilarious, but it's not necessarily a Jackass exclusive thing to me. Like you could watch other shows on TV where they mess with the public. Like what was that? There was that one British show on the air for a while.
Trigger happy, but no one did it.
Right,
Like,
but I'm saying like this very similar style stuff happens in other shows and stuff like that. I mean, you could imagine Borat doing something like that. Poo Cocktail Supreme, that is a Jackass thing.
Yeah. Like, also, they put the guy that is absolutely terrified of heights into this situation. And the guy that's absolutely going to gag at, like, if you put some, like, if you pull toast out of the toaster, he's like, so, like, yeah, put shit on him, whatever.
so Billy, it's down to you.
I love Golf Course Airhorn, and Poo Cocktail Supreme is the most disgusting thing I have
me-
ever
let me-
seen in my entire life.
Let me just say that.
What?
Oh, Billy, don't.
Let
Go
our
ahead.
guests
Go
speak.
ahead.
Let me just say, for me, Poo Cocktail Supreme seems like, it's a lot of fun to go watch. You can watch that with your friends for the first time, and you'd have a lot of fun. I would laugh at Golf Course Airhorn no matter who I was with or I was watching it by myself. Like, that's really, really funny to me.
It's a good point. But I have to admire the lengths that they go to with the Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is that your
Man,
vote?
That is my vote.
Yeah.
Y'all
Right.
just love being rich white men. That's what it is.
Yes,
You just want to
that's it.
retain your power and not have your Sunday messed up by a couple of kids having fun.
No, it's awful. You ever done it?
So Poo Cocktail Supreme knocks out Golf Course Airhorn 3-2. Up next we have Toro Totter versus High Five.
I
It's
think
tough.
we all think highly of Toro Totter, and that's gonna have to be my vote.
Yeah.
I'm going high five.
Yeah, I kind of like
Ooh.
high five too.
Really?
I
See,
just
I
it's
feel-
so visually like
It's,
the ones that like my favorite Jackass ones are ones that are set up like jokes. The fact that it has like a literal punchline, and the punchline is physical comedy of this massive hand slamming you on the fucking ground. So
taking
funny.
slapstick to the extreme.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you're not wrong. I agree with you, and I think like I love it when Jackass seems to borrow from like Looney Tunes and
Yeah,
like old
that
comedy.
to
Like,
me is when it gets really good.
I love that stuff too. To me, Toro Totter is it feels like they took what they do with Jackass to like a logical conclusion. They're like, we're gonna get a fucking monstrous device for four of us to teeter-totter on and put a bull in there with us and see what happens. Like,
So Cullen, it's down to you.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is-
a
this-
Toro Totter vote as well, so.
this has been fun, and I'm trying to figure this out, but I'm more than sure I'm gonna have to lean to High Five strictly because of that soup. If he had never brought soup to the party, why would you bring soup around these assholes ever? Why would you bring a tray? Why would you bring anything with you when you're around these people ever? And so I'm gonna that's gonna be there. Yeah, High Five vote.
All right,
so.
moving on.
All right, High Five knocks out Toro Totter 3-2. Gorilla versus Terror Taxi.
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
yeah, it's Gorilla. I mean, the fact of the matter is, for me, it comes down to it's more fun to see Phil and April get terrorized than this one dude that I don't like from the Jackass crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I'm Gorilla.
I'm going to also go Gorilla because Phil and April need to be in the semifinals.
Yeah, and
Wait.
I mean, Bam messing with Phil and April is such a huge part of Jackass. Like,
You don't have to like Bam Margera, but you have to understand that his parents are
the
God's
best
gift
people
to
on
this
the planet.
planet. Yeah, Man, yeah. So Gorilla sweeps, beating out Terror Taxi 5-0. All right. So we have the semifinals lined up as Butterbean versus Poo Cocktail Supreme and High Five versus Gorilla. All right, Butterbean versus Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Poo Cocktail Supreme.
I'm sticking with Butterbean, and I got a bad feeling, but I think it's so much smarter and more interesting than Poo Cocktail Supreme. Poo Cocktail Supreme, it just seems like ticking off a bunch of boxes to me. I don't know. Whereas Butterbean is like this weird, surreal, absurdist thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm gonna keep going Poo Cocktail Supreme as much
I'm
as
Poo
it disgusts
Cocktail
me.
Supreme.
One of the
Just
things
because
about
it is quintessential Jackass.
one of the things about like I get where Greg's coming from with Butterbean because I love Butterbean. I think that skit's really really good. I just really think that with Poo Cocktail Supreme, you're getting the gross out factor, which we don't have in these last four.
I don't want it.
Which that's a part of Jackass.
It's a part of
Like,
Jackass.
I
That's a
know,
huge
but it's my
part.
least favorite part.
It's
See,
mine too,
I-
but it needs to be there. You know.
I think it's so impressive to me that like there are very few. There's so many disgusting Jackass stunts, but very few of them have actually been disgusting to the point that they bothered me. Like I think it's a point to be celebrated that if you watch enough Jackass, you get to a point where stuff like Poo Cocktail Supreme doesn't bother you a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm a Poo Cocktail Supreme vote.
I'm a Butterbean vote.
Yeah.
Poo Cocktail Supreme moves on 3-2, beating out Butterbean. High Five versus Gorilla.
It's Gorilla.
I'm sorry, High Five. It's Gorilla.
Gorilla.
It was
These are
Gorilla.
both practical jokes, like at their core, and Gorilla is a better practical joke.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Gorilla.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, Gorilla's sweeping its way into the finals and knocking High Five down to the bronze match. So we'll get right into it. Bronze match is Butterbean versus High Five.
Guys, how perfect would it have been to send Poo Cocktail Supreme to the dirty toilet water?
I
That's what
thought
I
you were
was
gonna say how perfect would it be to see Butterbean and a gorilla fight each other.
Well, that too. I'd like to see that.
You put them on an island, who would win?
Man, this is a tough one. I don't know. I like both of these a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, the last four are all really good. So I'm a High Five vote once again.
I
all
think I am
because of
too.
Soup.
The soup helps. It's just such a like visual humor gag. Like
Yeah,
High Five is like it's kind of it's a little bit more about like that group of the people of the Jackass people. Like you know, when you get right down to it, it's them being stupid with each other. It's them like trying to like make fun of and laugh at each other's expense. So High Five is that they're like, we're gonna fucking nail each other, and who cares if it's even on film.
Yeah,
Whereas like Butterbean is like, we set up this thing and we thought it might be funny.
that's true. That's a good point. Is that like High Five seems like something they would do anyway. If they
Right,
didn't
they
have
were-
a show, they would still try and mock up some kind of giant hand and lure
Right.
each other into it.
One of them would have that sitting. Steve-O would own that in his living room.
Yeah.
A giant hand for no reason. Like that sounds right.
I'm High Five.
Is that a sweep?
I don't want Butterbean to be dirty toilet water, but yeah, High Five.
Butterbean is gonna come kill us, you guys.
I'm also going Butterbean because I like how they took something as simple as Johnny Knoxville getting punched in the face and made it into something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
a pretty good way to think about it.
All right. So High Five becomes third place, and Butterbean is dirty toilet
We're
water.
sorry, Butterbean. Come on the show if you
Yeah,
want.
come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's show Butterbean.
Beat the shit
Prove
out
that
of
you're not
us.
dirty toilet water. So we have the finals here. We have Poo Cocktail Supreme versus Gorilla.
I'm voting Gorilla. I think it's so beautifully layered. It ends with Phil on the toilet. Like, in this emergency panic situation, Phil's like, I have to shit.
It's a level 20 emergency.
Exactly.
He hit level 20 because, that's a level 20. There's a goddamn gorilla in here. You have to shit now.
I think Gorilla is something you make somebody watch who thinks they don't like Jackass.
Yeah.
And then once they like Jackass, then you show them Poo Cocktail Supreme.
I think Poo Cocktail Supreme is probably the thing they saw that thought this is what Jackass is. Like,
It's the thing I saw. I know that.
It's something I watched.
Gorilla's just genius because one, it makes them like, it's like saying, okay, you're in one of our fucking crazy situations, and then it terrifies them by telling them one of our crazy situations went bad. Like,
I think I agree with you. You're absolutely right about Gorilla. Gorilla is amazing. I think you are being too hard on Poo Cocktail Supreme. Like, okay.
That was a great line in history, right?
Imagine Poo Cocktail Supreme is exactly the same, except like instead of shit in the porta potty, anything else? It's like applesauce. Like, how
if
much
it was
does that
like
change?
thumbtacks, maybe.
That's awesome.
I don't want it to be. I don't like the gross part of Jackass. That doesn't interest me.
I like it all. I think it's all hot.
So I'm a Gorilla vote. John, I assume you're a Poo Cocktail Supreme vote?
These are both amazing. I think they probably deserve to be in the finals. Gorilla is everything we've said. It's amazing. But I think it's wrong to kind of ignore the fact that Jackass is about being gross.
Sure, I don't, and make no mistake, this is probably exactly what the finals should be. These are probably the two, like, most representative Jackass sketches.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
With that, I'm a Gorilla vote.
I think I'm Poo Cocktail Supreme. I'm Poo Cocktail Supreme. That's my vote.
I'm not knocking the Poo Cocktail Supreme because I think you're right. I think in the end these two were the quintessential, like, hey, did you watch Jackass? Remember when they had that gorilla? Or hey, remember when they strapped Steve-O in that fucking porta potty? Like, yeah.
He has to be trapped in that thing for so long too because they have to wait for the porta potty to stop going up and down from the momentum.
Yeah, I'm still a Gorilla vote though.
Billy,
He comes running out of there covered in shit, trying to hug everybody.
Yeah, right. But Phil has to shit.
Yeah,
He has a level 20
definitely
emergency.
present
I've
in
been
both
there,
of them.
Phil.
Billy, where do you come in?
I like the idea of Poo Cocktail Supreme being in the next Tournament of Champions.
So do I.
Yeah, I'll just go Poo Cocktail Supreme.
It's down
You
to
guys are
me.
assholes.
Yes.
It's down to me. Jesus Christ. I want, in my heart of hearts, I want to vote Gorilla.
Because it's the better sketch out of the
It is
two.
the better sketch.
It's
I
smarter.
agree.
It's funnier. I understand the allure of the Poo Cocktail Supreme.
I
Make
don't-
no mistake.
I just want to say, like, I don't think thinking of these as like sketches and which one is better constructed is necessarily a way you should judge Jackass.
Sure, but of the two,
It's
I
not
think
about
Gorilla
being
is a
better
lot
constructed
funnier.
setup.
I think the reaction to Gorilla is a lot funnier than the reaction to Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Yeah, I didn't really laugh all that much at Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Also,
Yeah, but-
imagine coming in halfway through the skit, like the second half of either one, because you would have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could deduce pretty easily what's going on in Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I think I am a Gorilla vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine. It's fine. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So that
You guys are really making it hard to follow the narrative of Greg having a bad second season.
yeah.
Thanks.
So it looks like Gorilla wins the best Jackass stunt overall, and then Poo Cocktail Supreme is in second place. High Five is in third place, and Butterbean is Dirty Toilet Water. All right, so I'm going to take a look at the poll results from last week's episode, Best Will Smith. 20% was Shark Tail Will Fish.
Okay, how many
Hold
computers?
on. Tied up for first place with Will Hitch.
How many?
Yeah!
How many computers did Dan McKinney get his hands on to vote in that poll?
We did, in second place, tied, we've got Men in Black Will Smith and regular ass Will Smith. And a little bit down from that, we got Fresh Prince Will Smith and Independence Day Will Smith. We got a little voting for Pursuit of Happiness Will Smith and Bad Boys Will Smith, and that was it.
Bad Boys Will Smith, drastically underrated.
Yes, I agree with that. Completely weird that Cyber Rage didn't get any.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
No After Earth fans? Damn.
No, anywhere. Yeah. So yeah, I want to thank Billy for coming on the show this week.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Billy does some speed runs, guys, and he's really, really good at them. So.
Yeah, can we
Yeah, sure.
get your Twitch channel out to people?
Yeah. Follow me at twitch.tv/Wexcelsior, spelled W Excelsior. I speedrun the new Super Mario Brothers game, and I'm currently learning to play the first Zelda, so watch out for that.
He also did a big thing for charity a while back. It was just awesome.
Yeah, I ran new Super Luigi U at Summer Games Done Quick a few weeks back.
Damn amazing.
You should look it up on YouTube. It's pretty good.
All right. Does anybody else got anything to plug this week?
I just wanted to say I miss Ryan Dunn.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I watched the first and second Jackass movie before we did this episode, since they were on Netflix, and it's really tragic. Everything, the circumstances of that and everything is really rough. It's tough to like lose people that are that young.
Yep.
Thanks for depressing everybody a whole bunch.
Everyone should go watch Jackass and laugh and feel good.
Yeah.
New hot and old.
Yeah, there was a new hot and old episode
Just
this
get some
week.
self-promotion in there.
Yeah, we're going to stick this in. Me and Greg have another show called Hot and Old about a new movie and an old movie. Our new movie's a couple weeks old, we know. It's Edge of Tomorrow, and we did Groundhog Day as our old movie. So if you're interested in checking it out, go to the website, go to the Bracket website, and
click other shows.
Click on the other shows, yeah. And you'll be able to find it right there. Also, we had, last week we had a new episode of Glorified Dress Up, our other show that's on. So be sure to check both of those out. And there'll be some new stuff coming. So, all right.
And anyone who had problems with a Squarespace player before, I've just started doing YouTube stuff. And every now and then you might catch like a couple visual goofs here and there. So people should probably, it would probably help us if people subscribe to the YouTube. Yeah.
Guys, yeah. Just subscribe to go to our website and just subscribe to
Bracket Podcast. Yep.
All right. All right, guys. Well, you can find us on our website, bracketpodcast.com, and as always on twitter.com at twitter.com/bracketcast, on Facebook at facebook.com/bracketcast, and on Tumblr at bracketpodcast.tumblr.com. If you like, you can subscribe to us on any iTunes client or any other podcast client that you use. Just search for Bracket, and we'll see you guys next week. So, are we going to watch a bunch of Jackass?
Let's do a Chick-fil-A chicken nugget cocktail supreme.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm into that. Yeah.
John, I will box you in a Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
and then we will have a Poo Cocktail Supreme.
Doing a professional radio show on the internet.